विकास रंजन सर का नाम आपने न जाने कितने टॉपर्स की जुबान से सुना होगा। पिछले 16 से भी ज्यादा सालों से विकास सर सोशियोलॉजी के लिए गाइडेंस एंड टीचिंग प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं। उनकी सोशियोलॉजी गाइडेंस ने अनेक एस्पिरेंट्स के सपनों को हकीकत में भी बदला है। यही कारण है कि हर साल कई टॉपर्स विकास रंजन सर का नाम यूपीएससी में सफल होने के बाद लेते हैं। और अगर आप भी एक सफल यूपीएससी टॉपर बनना चाहते हैं तो ट्रायम्फ आईएएस लेकर आ रहा है सीएससी 2026-2027 के लिए एक एक्सक्लूसिव बैच। ये बैच स्टार्ट हो रहा है 25 अगस्त 2025 को, जो कि एक इवनिंग बैच रहेगा। यहाँ मिलेगा आपको इन डेप्थ कवरेज ऑफ यूपीएससी सिलेबस, वो भी कंटेम्पररी ओरिएंटेशंस एंड एप्लीकेशन के साथ। आपको मिलेंगे रेगुलर असाइनमेंट हर टॉपिक के कंप्लीट होने के बाद, ताकि आपकी कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी और बेहतर हो सके। हर क्लास के बाद विकास रंजन सर के साथ 1-on-1 डाउट डिस्कशन सेशन। इसके अलावा और भी बहुत कुछ। ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए आज ही कॉल करें नीचे दिए गए नंबर्स पे, या आप ट्रायम्फ आईएएस की वेबसाइट पर भी जा सकते हैं। Don't wait now. Join these exclusive sociology batches.
Hello everyone, my name is Riya Kaur Sethi and I have recently secured rank 89 in this year's civil services examination. And today I'm here to share my optional strategy. My optional was sociology. So even though I have done my graduation in economics, I chose sociology because my post-graduation was an amalgamation of all subjects, be it economics, history, psychology and also sociology. So I thought that I had a writing flair in sociology, and so I chose this optional. Now with regards to my strategy for the optional, I followed a very simple strategy for the first mains that I had given in 2022. I had referred to Sleepy Classes, that is Shekhar sir's YouTube videos on sociology, and made in-depth detailed notes in my OneNote. And wherever sir used to say that you need to refer to Ritzer and read the theory of this, for thinkers, I used to do that, add it to my notes. Wherever he used to say refer to Haralambous and read about sociological theory in depth from the base material, that also I have read and incorporated in my notes. But that was it. That is all I did for my first attempt. And I did practice 2 or 3 mock tests before sitting for my 2022 attempt, wherein I did not get a rank, but I did get an interview call. So I know that this was a decent strategy, but this was not enough. So I came back to the drawing board for the next and final attempt. And there I started to understand what is it that I am lacking. And as I have shared from my prelim strategy also, that previous year's questions is what makes the Bible for your preparation. There I understood that it is the same for optional. Optional has a lot of repeating themes. So if you can analyze PYQs deeply and understand what are the themes, then you can organize your notes according to the PYQ themes and also value add according to those themes. So then I went back to my notes, organized them according to the PYQ themes, and made sure that if this is a repeating theme, if every second year they are asking about sects and cults, I have a brilliant introduction and conclusion for sects and cults. I have another dimension that I open for sects and cults. I have a current affairs dimension that I add for sects and cults. So it's the 80-20 rule. I gave a lot of attention to the themes that were repeating and put in extra effort for those. Number 2, in the 3 months between prelims and mains, I went for Nishad sir's crash course on sociology that helped me a lot in developing conceptual clarity. Now so far what I had done was just understand the notes and emulate them in the paper. But as I look back and whenever I used to see the question paper, I wasn't confident enough in this subject called sociology. So that crash course helped me a lot. I remember, because you don't have a lot of time in the 3 months, I used to binge watch those videos after 10. After I did not have a lot of energy, I used to binge watch sociology crash course videos, and that helped me gain exceptional conceptual clarity. And I believe then whatever paper the UPSC sets, you will be able to answer it with a lot of confidence. Now conceptual clarity from Nishad sir's crash course and a multi-dimensional aspect of every topic from Shekhar sir's Sleepy Classes notes These two things I combined in my OneNote, and I made a table that had the topics from paper 1, paper 2 and the corresponding GS topics. I only wrote the keywords, the thinkers and the current examples in this table of mine, and I used to connect paper 1 and paper 2. So if in paper 1 we have a topic called work and economic life, I used to connect it with industrialization in paper 2, and then in GS we have in paper 1 topics like poverty, we have topics like industrialization. So these three things I used to connect, so that in limited content I could interconnect thinkers from paper 1 and paper 2 and interlink this knowledge. That helped me a lot. This 30-40 page table that I had made using both sources, clearly putting a lot of weightage on themes that are repeated and putting a lot of value addition in that, and then revising and re-revising this source and attempting mocks. Whenever I used to attempt a question, I used to see what in my table was there that I had not put in my answers. So that is a very difficult exercise to do, to come back to your answers and see what was in my notes that I haven't added, because it is a pain to reread your own answers. But this is an exercise of self evolution that you have to do. Following this, for sociology, before the paper I had done this revision, and in that 1 week because I had very concise notes, I could do 3 cycles of the revision. So that was my basic strategy for sociology, and I hope it helps you perform exceptionally well in your sociology paper. A little side note I wanted to add, that was on mental health. So because this examination takes 4 to 5, on an average I am talking, prime years of our life, it is often that we equate failure in this examination to failure in life. It is a very real thing and it is not spoken about a lot. It had happened to me when I couldn't clear prelims for 2 subsequent attempts. I started equating my self-esteem with performance in this exam. I just want to remind everybody that you are amazing, unique, multi-dimensional individuals. This is an exam that just tests random general knowledge questions, and performance in those questions in no way equates to how wonderful a person you are. So never forget that. Don't derive your self-esteem from this examination. If you can keep these two things separate, treat every failure as an opportunity to learn and not a question on your self-worth, then I believe that nobody will be able to stop you and you will do wonders in this examination. All the best. Thank you.